Just rounding off the 40k side of things from this weekend's reveals, whilst the Dark Angels were, I think, unarguably the biggest of the exciting new things for 40k, that wasn't all we saw for that system. And the first of the other things we saw, joining the hype train for the imminently releasing codex for the Necrons, is a character for them that I think we were all expecting and had in fact been quite strongly teased by GW themselves on a few occasions. There is a new plastic Orikan the Diviner on the way. This new model isn't a huge change from the current one. I've seen a lot of people saying it's just like a very refreshed, slightly updated version, but it does look a lot better to me in many ways. I always personally thought that Orikan looked way too much like an old man grabbing his staff to keep himself steady and balanced with that two-handed grip. And I know he's meant to be sort of like this old, grumpy cryptech, but still it always looked a little bit off to me. And this new model does, in my opinion, look much more suitably poised and posed and commanding. So I really like it from that perspective. I think it's a much nicer model to look at on the tabletop. He's also showing off his little temporal cube, which is a tie-in to his powers over time and chronomancy, so there's a little bit of story and character to his model as well, which I really like. I think he's actually, from what I know of the Necrons, quite a good little unit to bring, so as long as they don't totally redo or change his rules in this new codex, I do think he is still going to be a popular pick for Necron armies, so having a shiny new model is just an extra layer of icing on the cake for me. Overall, it's nothing super exciting, I will admit, but it is still a relatively cool model, all things considered, and of course, it's really nice to see the old Finecast stuff eventually get updated and replaced with new plastic kits. So for me, this is just a nice little win for the Necrons, nothing super amazing, but it is very welcome, and it's certainly a model that I think a lot of people did want to see a new version of. On top of that, we also got some new units coming in the form of a brand new kill team. This time it is called the Nemesis Claw, and this is a squad of Chaos Legionnaires who are from the terrifying Night Lords Legion. Notably, this does seem to be just an upgrade kit for the current Chaos Legionnaires. It is not a wholly new kit like the Deathwing Knights, for example, are. As you can see side by side, the Legionnaires' leg poses are there and are recognisable, it's just these units have got a Night Lord spin on them. But to be fair, I know a lot of people may say it's just an upgrade kit, I'm not that impressed, but it does look like this upgrade sprue is going to be chock full of stuff to really make them stand out. It does look to be very full of cool bits and pieces if you want to add a squad of Night Lords to your army. We can see, and it was confirmed, I believe, in the show, that there are enough shoulder pads with the Night Lord's winged insignia to outfit everyone with a custom shoulder pad. There is a huge range of macabre-looking additions from, flayed skin cloaks to flayed banners to that literal half a marine body on the banner on the guy on the left-hand side of the picture. We also got a load of custom helmets, either that spooky hooded one with the skull motif, he kind of looks a bit like a chaplain but not, or what looks to be at least 5 or 6 helmets with the Night Lord bunny ears on, but these are now much more sleek and menacing and cool looking than the big red bunny ears that we've had previously. These new style bunny ear helmets, and I'm going to call them bunny ear helmets just because it's easier, but I think that doesn't really do them credit. The old red ones, yes, they did look like bunny ears, but these new ones are much cooler. They really look stylish and threatening and menacing, and they're not really goofy in any way, which the old ones were. Maybe it's just the gold and faded red paint scheme that is helping with that, but I think they are a lot more aesthetically pleasing than the current ones we have, and just really do, look a lot less goofy than what we're used to. We also look to be getting some unique weapon options for this kill team. There's that one Marine with the dual lightning claws, very much emulating their Primarch Kurz, with his claws Mercy and Forgiveness. They've got that double-pronged claw rather than the 3 prongs. I think they look really cool. And then there's also a chain glaive being shown off, which is a very infamous weapon the Night Lords are known for. And then also that very cool looking chainsword on the Sergeant with that skull and ribcage banding across the hilt. They all look really fantastic. It is a very interesting and exciting looking upgrade sprue, I think. It seems fairly clear to me that a lot of effort has gone into it. It's not just a very quick, short, here's 10 shoulder pads and a helmet option or two. It does look like you are going to be able to make a Chaos Legionnaire squad look almost like it is an entirely new kit, just with this upgrade sprue. So I am a really big fan of it. I think whether it's a box that will come with another kill team that they're facing off against, or it's just going to be an upgrade sprue for the Chaos Legionnaires themselves, but in the kill team packaging, I don't know, they didn't quite say. Although it is worth mentioning there were rumours going around of another kill team which contained Drukhari Mandrakes coming. I don't know if that has been confirmed or if that is still just a rumour, but we could possibly see Night Lords against Drukhari Mandrakes. I think that would be a really exciting kill team because it would be sort of stealth versus stealth. So that would be really fun, and obviously Mandrakes are a resin kit at the moment, so they could definitely do with an upgrade as well. Again, we don't know for sure, but I think that would actually be quite an interesting kill team to see, so I've got my fingers crossed that this may end up being Night Lords versus Mandrakes. But I think either way, even if it is just a one-off upgrade sprue for the Chaos Legionnaires, if you are a fan of Night Lords in any way, and you want some cool war gear and weapons to vary up your Chaos squads, this could be a very, very good way to add something new and unique and spicy to your legions. The final thing for the 40k front that I wanted to mention is they showed us an updated, clearer roadmap of what to expect over the next half a year or so. Obviously, AdMech and Necrons are up very, very soon. In spring 2024, we are getting Dark Angels and Orcs, followed by Custodes, Tau, and Chaos Space Marines. And then in the summer of next year, we can expect to see Genestealer Cults and the Adepta Sororitas getting their releases, followed by another codex which has been redacted. Now this is interesting because they didn't say whether this is redacted because it's a brand new army, something like Dark Mechanicum or Emperor's Children or something else entirely we haven't even thought of yet, or if it is just because GW want to be KG and don't want to show off too much and want to build up some more hype. We just don't know. It could very well be either. But I personally think it's not going to be a brand new army. I think it is just going to be another army that they just didn't want to show off yet. Maybe a Leagues of Votann second wave or a World Eaters second wave, something like that. It does look like it's going to be a very full-on year coming for 40k though, which is really, really good. And they did say, although they said at the beginning of the edition, every single codex would be getting at least one new model, they did slightly update that in this reveal, and they said most codex will be getting a model, and some codexes will be getting a lot more. So I don't know if that means that, and this is what I think it means, I think they mean every single codex will be at least getting one model, and that kind of makes sense because they always do unique individual, if nothing else, like a new standalone unique hero or lord or HQ for codexes when they come out. So I think every codex will be getting at least one model, but it does look like there might be a few bigger sort of revamps and refreshes along the way as well. We are of course expecting AOS 4.0 in summer next year, so I don't know how much of that is going to impact the summer codexes, but I really, really hope that they manage to get through everything up to Genestealer Cults and Sisters by around sort of July time, so that the AOS big new release will come after that. And then of course the 40k schedule will probably be impacted at least a little bit because AOS will be the big new release for the next few months after that. But I do hope that they manage to get up to sort of Sisters and Genestealer Cults before AOS hits and kind of disrupts it a little bit. But that's it for the 40k side of things this weekend. Overall, I think it was pretty solid. The Dark Angels obviously did very well indeed, but a new Orikan, a better idea of what to expect on the Codex front, and some cool new upgrades for your Chaos Legionnaires, there was a decent little bit for a fair few armies, and hopefully a fair few players as well. And I think whilst 10th edition got off to a bit of a rocky start, I think we can all agree, hopefully this roadmap will help smooth the course and keep things coming at a relatively steady pace for at least the next year or so. But as always, I'd really love to know what your thoughts were on the reveals this weekend. Did you like Orikan? Do you like the Night Lords upgrades? And what do you think this redacted codex will end up being? Let me know your thoughts and ideas down in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.